Thank you so much for joining in, folks, and welcome to the ninth edition of the Teardown series. We know most of y'all are based out of India, so before starting this, would love to just like take a minute to say that hope you and your families are safe. And if there's anything that we could do to help, just definitely reach out to the product folks. We've been spending the last couple of days trying to help out in the COVID relief efforts. And if there's anything that we could do definitely reach out. But for the next 60 to 90 minutes, hopefully, this learning session, this teardown with the GoDutch team is going to be super exciting for all of us, and maybe helps us get our mind off the situation here. So for the next 60 to 90 minutes, it's just going to be product, teardown, and GoDutch. Would love to welcome Sagar and Riaz from the GoDutch team. Thanks for joining us, folks.
Thank you.
Awesome. So for folks who've joined us for the first time
Thanks
on
so
the
much. Pleasure to be here.
same. For folks who've joined us for the first time, a quick agenda into what's going to happen over this next 60 to 90 minutes. We'll start off with quick intros into the community, then hand it over to both Sagar and Riaz to share a little bit about their journey, a little bit about GoDutch and the problem statement for today. They will also cover what are the exact points that they are looking at while judging today's decks, and feedback that they will obviously share as we go on. Right after that, we start off with the finalist decks. We have all our finalists here today. All the best, folks. And as always, it's going to be an 8+2, 8 minutes to present, 2 minutes Q&A that Rhea Sagar might have some questions for you all. So that will be right after that. And then we give them 5 minutes to recuperate and come up with the winners and the product spark announcement, while we can chat about everything product, and let's see how that goes. So all the best to everyone who is viewing this session, who's the finalist, and everyone who's viewing this session. Do definitely add your comments in the chat section. Let's keep this as interactive as much as a learning experience for all of us as it is for the finalists. So with that, Sagar, Riaz, over to you. Would love to hear how your journey at GoDutch has been. It is a YC company, so would love to hear your experience there, pre-post, and a little bit about how important today's problem statement is. Right after that, we could jump into the scoring. So over to you guys for the next 2 minutes. I think, Sagar is having a little bit trouble with his tech. Riaz, in case you want to get started.
Sure. Yeah. So, hey guys, this is Riaz. Currently, I am working on the product and tech side in GoDutch. So, I guess in terms of the start, before GoDutch, I was working as a product manager at Instagram, and from there, I learned all about the product and how to build product for scale and stuff. After that, we started a journey with GoDutch. It's been really great. For the initial period of our journey, we were just figuring out what was the problem statement, what exactly is causing troubles in people's life, and we ran a couple of iterations, couple of ideas between different groups, between college students, between flatmates and stuff. We launched this a really cool feature, which we thought would change everything for a real-time group payment thing, where everyone can pay together for a single payment. For example, if you are ordering food with your friends, so you can make a payment from a GoDutch card, and the bill will be split equally among each and every member of the group. So we started building this product. We built the required partnership. We onboarded the banks. We onboarded the required partners, Razorpay, every stuff, and we started went ahead and started building this product. At the same time, YC happened. We applied for YC a couple of times, and then finally YC happened. YC liked our idea. YC liked the things that we were doing, and after that, we just after the YC, we have to build this product, because the YC has this timeline of 3 months, where you have to build something and show some traction. So at that time we built this whole end-to-end payments product within a spend of 1 to 1.5 months, and at that time the only team member was I and a couple of interns. So that was a really great journey. Post that, we had a fundraise from Matrix and other GFC and other global investors. And from that day onwards, we are just trying to solve this problem of group payments. What we have come to realize that there is an existing method which people are accustomed with, which is splitting the bill by paying first for your friends and then splitting the bill. So yeah, I think right now the whole focus of the team and the whole focus of GoDutch is to solve that particular existing use case. Obviously, there is a long journey to cater. I think the whole group payments space is something which hasn't been really looked after at with very detailed, very focused, that people want to solve a group payments problem. There are a lot of solutions for one-to-one payments, but for group payments, there's still a long way to go. So yeah, that's a bit about GoDutch and what we are trying to do here. Uh, I guess, yeah.
Awesome, awesome. No, thanks for sharing that. While we wait for Sagar, we'll probably also hear his part of the journey, and we'll probably take that towards the AMA section to hear more about what your plans are for the future, etc. But right now, jumping right in, Riyaz, do you want to share a little bit about how we'll be scoring today's session? I think we got an idea about what GoDutch does, what the problem statement for today is. But if you could go a little deeper into how we'll be, Sagar's also back there. So how are we
Yes,
going?
sorry.
Sagar will probably come into your bit of the story towards the end. But here Riyaz just explained to us a little bit about the GoDaddy journey, and we're touching upon a little bit on the problem statement and the scoring bit right now. So in case you want to jump in right there, or Riyaz, in case you want to continue on that.
Sure. Has Riaz already explained the problem statement?
A little bit, but I think you could go deeper into
You
that.
can continue from there.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. So I think there were a couple of primary problem statements, right? Both were basically around improving retention. One was basically through activation. So what we've observed is that users who create an expense with friends the first time they use the app, they tend to stick around longer and are more active. And the second kind of users who stick around for longer are basically networked users, right? So users with whom expenses have been created, chat messages have been created, groups have been created. Those tend to retain for a longer period on the app. So yeah, basically those were the two areas that needed to be solved for. And yeah, I'm sure Riaz has already given an introduction into the product.
No, perfect. Thanks for that. Saga, very quickly, what are the points that you are going to judge today's finalists on?
Yeah, so maybe before I share that, I think phenomenal output from the whole community. We had some amazing submissions and a lot of interesting effort and work went into them. So I think thanks for everyone. Thanks to everyone for sharing that. I think a couple of areas that we would be focusing on, and some people failed to focus on, but the three finalists we've selected focused on them quite well. I think one was just making sure that you address the problem statements. A lot of people had done like a general product teardown without hitting the exact questions which were asked. So, one would basically be how well you address the problem statements. And second will, I think, be the feasibility and the practicality of implementing the solutions sort of suggested, right? So I think that's the second thing we definitely look for.
Yeah, sorry, I was on mute. But yeah, no, thanks for sharing that. So, folks, without further ado, I think we have the problem statement, we have the finalist, and my co-host for today, Uday, is here as well. Thanks for joining in, Uday. He's been doing a lot of work on the front line, so that's probably the reason he joined in a little late. But
Yeah.
hats off to all the effort that he's been doing in
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, I think-
So I'm a trained health worker as well, and the situation is so bad. Ki while we are doing a sorry,
There's a little echo from your end in case you could get. Yeah.
okay, I'll figure. Is it okay now, or should I?
I think
It's okay.
on your end, then maybe I can hear echo.
Okay, let me get my stuff. Let's get started, and
Yeah.
we'll take it up.
App mute if you could just go on mute. Awesome. So, guys, getting started. Once again, all the best to our finalists. I'll quickly share my screen and we'll do a spin of wheel that we usually do. Let me know when you can see my screen. Should be sharing it now. Yes, I hope you can see it. Sahil, Tanika, Samad, Balaji, Rachit, all the best. Let's get started. Next up, Sahil, looks like it's you. If you could raise your hand, I can quickly invite you to the stage. Yes, I can see you handing the mic. And Sahil, you should be on stage anytime now. Yep, we
Good
can see you.
afternoon, guys. Hope you all are safe.
Perfect. Thanks so much for joining us, Sahil. If you could quickly share your screen, we can hear you, we can see you. Um, I hope you know the rules. It's 8+2. A little strict on the timing. So cover the main points that you want to. I think you've done a fantastic job on the deck. Sagar and Riaz have shared with them what they'll be looking forward to in your deck. So do go in depth on that one point. Feel free to cover the risks, the assumptions that you made in the beginning, the persona, but definitely jump into the solutioning bit since we have only 8 minutes. So the kind of solution that, or the kind of features, or anything that you want to focus on, make sure that you cross, once you cross the 4 minute mark, you are going in depth on that. But that is just a heads up. The rest is yours. The next 10 minutes is yours. If you could share your screen, we could get the timer started.
Yeah, just a second.
Meanwhile, everyone on the chat section, feel free to drop your ideas as soon as we are going through these decks. Our judges and mentors for today will definitely get 2 minutes to ask questions towards the end, but you and me can definitely brainstorm on the chat section. So, Sahil, yes, we can see your screen. It's
Great.
17:53 IST. You have 8 minutes for your presentation. Your time starts now.
1 second. What is 1753 ISD?
Sorry?
What is 1753 ISD?
No, I just meant the time. Sorry.
Achha.
It's 15. It's 5:53. You are the next 8 minutes. That's it.
Okay, so yeah. For those who don't know, I'll just introduce the product. What GoDutch is it's an application which facilitates seamless splitting, tracking, and settlement of expenses amongst its users. So, for instance, you're going with your friends for a quick dinner, and you need to make the payment. The waiter hands on the bill to you. You can make that payment at that point of time, and the GoDutch app will take care of the splitting solutions. Moving forward, the problem introduction. So what actually is the problem? Number one, there's a lack of conversion from non-networked users to networked users. Number two, the onboarded app explorers are relying on non-network transactions to discover the use case of the applications. So keeping this problem in mind, we have built an agenda, a three-pointer agenda. The first point is converting introvert users to networked ones. Introvert users are the users who just use the app to put in a few personal expenses and they have not interacted with any networked GoDutch user in their lifetime. The second point is converting ambivert users to networked ones. Ambivert users are a slight upgrade over introvert users. They are the users who have made network transactions, but that's not too frequent. And then they do not realize the day-to-day ease which the app can bring upon them. The third point in the agenda would be to incentivize newly onboarded users and to avoid them from falling into the traps of becoming introverts and ambiverts. Moving forward, the user personas. So they have yeah, the user personas. We can divide the user personas on the basis of introversion and extroversion. We have four categories: the one night stands, the friends with benefits, the precious wife, and the one forever virgin. So going to the more graphic images, the one night stand. Anna was referred to this app by a friend during one of the Goa trips. She used it once and got rid of the app as soon as the trip got over. Why did she get rid of it? She didn't need the app. She prefers a splitting solution which is more alternate, and most of her friends didn't use the app. The second category would be friends with benefits. Beth recently used the app again after a month when she went hiking with her girlfriends. She does not use the app for regular expenses. Now, why is she hard to impress? She doesn't believe that the app can create a difference in her day-to-day expenses. But the point to be noted here is that she's open to use smart analysis features for personal expenses if available. The next category is the precious wife, Kathy. Now, Kathy loves the app. She uses the app whenever she's out with her fam, and she just split the rent for a flat yesterday. So she's someone who's already impressed, but she would prefer smarter solutions to understand and track spends, personal spends more specifically. And the last category is the forever virgin Deborah. Deborah just saw that the app was awarded by the Play Store, and she's exploratory in nature, and she decided to give the app a try. Now the problem here is that she is a probability player. She can be impressed by the app, and she cannot be, and so we have to take a swing. The the point to focus here is that she wants a premium non-networked experience because that's what she's going to interact with while she's on the app. So these user statement, the user personas, uh, I came up with the user personas after interview with several college mates and several colleagues, and they tend to have a similar pattern. And this pattern also provided me with the user flow. The second half of the user flow, the lower half, which is highlighted in purple, is the ideal way to go, and the above half is the non-ideal way, uh, and is the more frequented way. So the key understanding from the user flow would be that limited understanding of functionality is a very big issue, and also users get enough time with the app for genuine use cases. They can't find anybody to form a network transaction with. The other half shows that the smooth path has a low chance of offloading. If you start off with the right foot, you have a low chance of offloading. And also, once the user engaged, it's easier to advertise additional functionalities. So following to the user flow, I came with a certain set of solutions. Okay, the first solution, Dachodo AI Assistant. What I noticed during the user flow is that the app gurus or the first friends who introduce you to the app and also form a network transaction are the best way for you to know about the app. So why not just give everyone a friend? Dachi, an AI-powered chatbot who will take the introductory rounds, the tutorials, he'll reply to user queries and even give you regular reminders.
I think Sahil lost connection. Yes, Vishruth, I think. Just give us a second. We're just looking into this. Uday, in case you have his direct number, if you could just check. Uh, in this case, what we can do is while we wait for Sahil to come back, I've stopped the time at 6 minutes into his presentation and at that particular deck. If we could pause this and go on to the next, Sagar Riaz, if that's okay. Or we could wait for a minute in case he comes back, he can continue. And if not, we could spin the wheel again, whatever works.
So let's for a minute and then we can probably give someone else the turn.
Okay, that's awesome. So, folks, we'll just wait for 1 minute. Uday is trying to get in touch with him. Meanwhile, okay, he's back. I think just raised his hand. Probably a network issue. I think we might have to move on to the next participant. Sahil, in case you can hear us, do let us know whenever you're ready. We'll probably move on to the next participant and we'll come back to you. Stay on the same slide and we'll hopefully continue from there 6 minutes into your presentation. So I'll share my screen again. Let's go on to the next. Let me know when you can see my screen. Yep, I hope you can see my screen. Srinika, Samad, Balaji, Rachit. Okay, guess no changes this time. Srinika, Samad, you're up next. I'll just invite you to the stage. In case you could raise your hand, that would be awesome. Srinika, I've invited you. And Samad invited you to the stage as well. So, if y'all could switch on your videos.
Yeah. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, we can hear you now. Samarth, in case you want to say hey.
Hi everyone, am I audible?
Yes, perfectly. You all know the rules, so I'm not repeating it. If whoever is starting on the deck, if you all could share your screen, that would be awesome.
Yeah, Trinika
Yeah,
is
sure.
going to share.
One second. Is my
Perfect. We
screen
can see your
visible?
screen.
Yeah.
Yes, it's perfectly visible. Take 30 seconds to introduce yourselves. And it is 6:02 right now. You have 8 minutes to present. Your time starts now. All the best.
Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Trinika and I am a senior at BITS Pilani. I will be presenting along with Samarth, who is also a pre-final year student at BITS. So let's dive right into it. Here, our final goal is to convert more non-network users into networked ones and to nudge the user to create an expense the first time they use the app. So this is the process we followed for understanding and solving the problem. Godach is a bill-splitting app, so with an aim of easing out the tedious task of splitting the bill that extends over multiple days and across different apps while maintaining the social dynamics between the users. Now, because of the given time constraint, we interviewed only 7 users in the age group.
Folks, is it just me or Samarth? Can you hear them?
Yes, her
Can be
net is
divided.
breaking. Her voice. Yes, she has issues, I think.
Hello.
I'm not sure if it's. Yes,
I
yes,
do.
yes.
Second.
Trinika, yes, we can. Sure. Lots of tech issues today. Probably a network overload. Yes, Chaitanya, I think we are just getting the slides back up. Samarth, if you have the slides, if you could continue from where.
Just a second, I'll start presenting.
I think she dropped her. Samarth, you'll probably have to carry the baton from here.
Yes, I'm sharing. Yeah, sure. I think she was on the questionnaire.
Correct.
Yeah, so is my screen visible?
Yeah, if you could just zoom in a little bit.
Yeah. So yes, we spoke to people, like 7 people in the age group of 18 to 30 years, and these were some of the questions that we asked. So yes, we defined the user personas. So basically, the first user persona is Ajay, who lives with his flatmates. He's 25 years old, and his goals are to split daily expenses with his flatmates. And the second persona was of Vijay, who was a consultant. He frequently goes on to business trips and all, and his main aim is to split work related expenses and to avoid the social dynamic thing, especially which is a pain point with colleagues. And this is Tina, who is going on a college trip, and yes, her pain point is that people they do not clear expenses even after the trips. Yes, so this was the general user
Samarth,
journey
can
of a
I?
person who. Okay, you can continue.
Yeah. So here we assumed Ajay, who is the first time Godaj user and lives with his flatmates. So he found the onboarding process pretty smooth and easy as there were tutorials for almost everything. And he doesn't have to ask his flatmates to add, they automatically get an invite from the group via SMS. However, adding each flatmate manually in the group was tiresome for him. Also, he wasn't able to understand how to add previous dues directly from the splitwise, so he add them manually. And the option to add date and bills, payment through UPI, reminder, and rent pool feature made the overall journey pretty user friendly. However, the confusing chat box and less comprehensive summary feature caused disappointment. Samarth, can you move further? problem identification. Okay, so here we have broken down the problem statement to get a closer look of the cause. And the next one is the strategies to achieve the goals. So Samarth will go ahead with that.
Okay. So to make more and more users become networked, we focus on four things. First of all, people's frequency of going out has reduced right now. So our focus should be to make sure whenever people they go out, they use the app. So this can be done by nudging them at the right times. And second strategy is to focus more towards the in-group expenses, like similar to the rent pool feature. And this can be done by having in-app merchants. Third was to lay more incentives and gamify the groups splitting by having group rewards. And the fourth strategy was to have a separate page for work-related expenses, which we call GoDutch businesses. So, and the strategy for creating an expense more smoother was having a voice assistance for creating an expense, importing groups directly from WhatsApps and group links for GoDutch groups, and improving the import previous bills feature and incentivizing again, link incentives. Yes. So the voice assistance feature is to smoothen the expense creating process where all the fields they get filled up automatically by the voice, and this can be added using some APIs such as Speechly, and the KPIs we have listed. And for adding more expenses, so at times there might be multiple expenses that I have to add with the same person. So rather than creating them right from the scratch again and again, if there is a or an option for adding more expenses with that same person at that time, that would be really helpful. That would ease out the process. And this is the buy and split feature. So this feature has a lot of in-app merchants for different categories like food, groceries, medicines, etc. And this can be a direct use case for the GoDutch card as well. The users can order from this and they can split the bill right at that moment. And this will open up a revenue stream, obviously, and a B2B partnership like this can be a beneficial for GoDutch. On the other hand, we can have a pay via GoDutch option in these apps as well. And also one of our motivations for suggesting this feature was to, especially among close friends, money is not the only thing which we use to settle up the balances. Maybe I can gift my best friend some coupon, or maybe I can buy a ticket for him or anything. And thus this cycle can develop and which can go on and on. And also if there are certain incentives or certain coupons or certain benefits that I am yet to access, which are there on the GoDutch app, I'll be on the GoDutch app until I access those benefits. So that will also improve the engagement and retention too. And this is the GoDutch business page, which like for Vijay, who is a consultant, he goes on business trips a lot. So at times he has to pay from his pocket too for the company, for some company related expense. So reimbursements of thing can also be easen out, which we can target in the future. And this might also open a revenue stream for GoDutch. And yes, so this was about GoDutch business, and these are the KPIs for it. And yes, this is the nudging at the right time thing, which I mentioned earlier, which we can do by customizing the push notifications. The motivation behind this was that whenever the users, they go out to a restaurant, a notification can be sent to him, reminding him to use the app. And also notifications like 4 GoDutch users from your contacts, they are using they are near you, and there are chances that I might meet them and I might eat with them or something, and then I can just use the app. So yes, Tanika, you can take on.
Tanika, you have a minute to go on your main presentation, just to give you a heads up. So
yeah. So basically here, Tina and her friend know about GoDutch app, but they are too lazy to make a group on it. So it happens with most of the people who went out together do have WhatsApp group, and with the WhatsApp import feature, they can just directly import the entire group on GoDutch. Also, as per our research, users do not understand the exact screenshot they need to add for importing the balances. So adding a tutorial right here will definitely improve the experience. Samarth, move to next slide. So yeah, here adding shortcut on screen is a very minor feature, but it will be super helpful for the flatmates, as now they can just add expense in one click. And here we have added the reward feature, which will act as an incentive for the user to switch to the GoDutch from Splitwise or from some other app. So much next. And the last one is a personal finance. This does not directly solve the problem statement, but it can be used at later stages to increase the engagement and retention, and we can further monetize it as well. Next, Samar. Yeah, this is our KPIs for personal finance. And at last, we have prioritized our features on the basis of reach, impact, and ease of implementation. So as per our scoring, the GoDutch business gets the top priority, which will be followed by the revamping the import feature and buy and split feature. Thank you. Any questions?
Perfect. Now this is your signature slide. I think the prioritization metric. Thanks for ending it on this. Sagar, Riyaz, over to you. Any questions that you have for Trinika?
Yeah, hi Trinika, hi Samarth. Thanks for taking out the time. I just had one question. So you mentioned about importing the groups from WhatsApp. How exactly would it be done?
Yes, so the technical as okay, Trinika, you can move on.
So yeah, technical aspect is very difficult for it. We researched it, so there is no direct API we can use, and we have to build inbuilt technology for that. Right now, there is not such technology that exists which can directly import.
Yes, that was one of the things we were focusing on, how we can implement it. But yes, we could not think of very like appropriate thing. But yes, at least we can have group link invites which we can share on WhatsApp, like or WhatsApp group ki there is a group on GoDutch, you can join it just by clicking the link.
Directly.
But yes,
Yeah.
importing directly from WhatsApp would be something very useful, I think.
Sagar, you have any question?
Yeah, I had a couple of quick questions. One was around the buy and split feature. So you mentioned a range of categories for which we could partner with merchants and offer products, right? So food, travel, medicines, fantasy sports, etc. Which one would you prioritize first if you were to do a POC, and why?
Trinika, would you like to or should I?
I think I can answer that. So right now, I think I want to prioritize the grocery part. Given the COVID situation, people can't go out. So grocery and medicine are the two things which people do want sitting at home. Food, they can, they are not eating anyways outside food. So this is the main reason, grocery and medicine, actually both of them. But grocery will be the major one because medicine for normal for normal fever or anything, they have medicine at home. Otherwise, they may have to go to hospital. They can't just order it by themselves.
Understood. Great.
Another thing that I thought was, but I wanted to mention in the slide was like there is a like people have donating and all also, so we can have that temporarily listed on the app too. Like in people collectively can donate as a part of their circles and all for oxygen cylinder or maybe anything.
Yep. Fair enough. Great. And the other question I had was around the notification permission, basically the user permission to get the location and then send them customized, personalized notification. Do you think there'll be friction for users to give that permission? And if yes, then when will be the best time in their user journey for us to take the permission for their location?
So much you want to answer that? Or?
Sorry, my like net did like your voice broke when you spoke.
Okay,
Can you repeat?
yeah. So basically about the location, I think we can ask them at the beginning itself, and I believe there can be friction because in the payment app as well, like they ask for payment, and people do turn off location just after doing the payment. So there can be friction, but we can start with the experimentation. If the result from asking user and switching it on are useful enough, then we can nudge all people. But we can start with just like 50% of the user and then go ahead.
Got it. Thanks. No other questions from my end. Thanks, Samarth and
Awesome,
Priyanka.
awesome. Sagar, yeah, thank you so much for that. Samarth and Priyanka, do definitely research a little more into the feasibility bit post this. Obviously, not right now, but post this and reach out to Riyaz. Hopefully, y'all can figure out something together. But definitely do that. And thank you so much for the deck.
Yeah.
All the best. Time to move on to our
Thank you.
last participant, and then
Thank you.
awesome. And then we'll probably bring back our first participant. So Balaji and Rachit, in case you all are ready, I'll just pull you guys right up. Yes, Balaji. Balaji, we can't hear you. We can see you.
Is it audible now?
Yes, perfect. Rachit,
Hi guys, am I audible?
perfect. Awesome. Without further ado, you all know the rules. We'll stick to the time. If one of you all could share your screen, we can get started right away.
Yeah. Is the screen visible and audio perfect? Yeah.
I
So-
can see your screen. Audio just broke for me. So
Is
if
it
anyone
fine
else
now?
wants to confirm before we start, I can hear you. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Perfect.
Sure. Perfect.
Any questions?
No,
Balaji, Rajit, all good?
all good. Let's go.
Awesome. Awesome. 6:18 p.m. Your 8 minutes start now.
Thank you very much, Sagar and Riyaz, for giving us this opportunity, and as usual, Team TPF for the organization. So this is our process. So we will be covering user journey, general overview, user persona, problem identification, solution and solution mapping, alongside other recommendations, which will be which will be finally concluded by prioritization. So overview, GoDutch is a bill splitting app which has a lot of use cases, and we can split expenses as well as track expenses and get paid among your among your user group. So the payment industry is part of the global digital payment industry with a market size of 58.3 billion and is supposed to grow at a rate of 19.4 billion from 2021 to 2028. GoDutch has also been nominated as a Google Pay App of the Year for the year 2020 and is used by over 3 lakh users. Our goal is to create more and more network users, at the same time getting users to create their first expense with their friends the very first time they land. Our competitors are Splitwise, Settle Up, and Split. And our target user group is tier one youth from the age group of 18 to 28, and which includes flatmates living together, colleagues, friends, and college students. So why GoDutch? So we are targeting people in the 18 to 30 age group because a large proposition of expenditures are covered by these groups themselves. So from we have a lot of use cases such as food, grocery, medicines, rent, utility bill payments, society payments, and house help payments. So our North Star was having a framework in place which would build habits for our users to create expenses and splitting them. So there are two types of user journeys. The first user is the one who lands on the app because of a use case, and the second user is the one who finds the app. So first, if we consider the first use case, a user has explains to split with his friend. He comes up on the app. They look up an app on the Play Store. GoDutch comes up. They hop on the app. They use the app once. They create a group. They split, and the app remains dormant. Now the second user is a user who comes up on the app, explores GoDutch, signs up, does checks the stories and does everything, but exits the app because he has no expense to split. So these are the two users we are targeting. We were doing a bit of market research based on the Play Store reviews. So there were three predominant users. One is Shreyas, one is Ria, and one is Abdul. So Shreyas has organized a trip, and Ria and Abdul were his companies on the trip. Shreyas has footed the bill for everyone on the trip, whereas being from a less affluent family, and Ria is from a more affluent family. Now both of them are worried that how will we pay back. So Shreyas wants his money back, Ria doesn't want debt, and Abdul is just worried he won't get cheated on. So these are the three typical use cases people have while splitting their bills. So our problem is that users who have used Godust once or users who are new with Godust. So users who have used who have used Godust once have the issue to they usually add their own expenses, or they try to invite their friends one time and then forget about the app, which is basically a problem of retention. Then the users who are new to Godust, firstly the user doesn't understand what the app is about. The user doesn't have a use case for the app, or the user has just used the app for exploration. So what we need to do is we need to create new use cases to drive engagement. We need to gamify the experience for the app to become more engageable and convert DAUs to MAUs.
So here we start with the solutioning. As we have seen actually the breakdown of the problem, we have actually segregated the solution into 3 different categories. And in the first one, we are creating new use cases to drive the network users. And in this, we have group commerce embedding in-app apps where the users actually spend as a group, and also tweaking referrals, go payment links, home screen nudges to create the first group expense and stuff like that. And the second thing, we are looking at actually improving the engagement and bringing the MAUs actually converting into DAUs. So in this, we see in-app community feeds, spaces, polls, as well as trivia quiz where their friends can invite their friends onto a quiz and stuff like that. In the actually the gamifying experience, we are looking at Go Coins, gamifying the levels of referrals, Go Super Batch, and all of those things. And you also can see the scope as well as the assumptions which we have taken while actually drafting the solutions. And the very first thing is Go Coins. Actually, it's very different from Udari Coins, which we have right now. Actually, Go Coins is an in-app currency, which is like actually for the user, it's an assured number where he actually gets and he can spend on the deals, which are Go deals. At the same time, the value prop for Godust is that they can create a loop where the users are incentivized to buy some deals or actually create expense to get Godust coins. At the same time, the users use the Godust coins to make new expenses and deals, stuff like that. And also in the group commerce, it is something of this sort. The users can actually pay for subscriptions, entertainment, food, travel, and stuff like that. Actually, for Godust, it increases the LTV as well as creating awareness, increasing the app time for the users, as well as this also brings in initial revenue where actually Godust can do brand deals where we can onboard brands to give us deals and we can monetize from there as well. So in-app apps, it's like it's actually very similar to how PhonePe does and stuff like that. So most of the users already have a use case where they use Myntra, Ola, or Redbus or any other app. So what we are doing is like we are allowing an in-app environment where actually the users can pay as a group from the app on this app, and they can automatically split the expense after using the apps inside this app. So this is how it works. And the next thing is like Go payment links, where we actually there might be friction where people don't want to download the app to actually settle the expense. Actually, this causes a friction where actually the group expense falls apart. So what we can do is like we can create unique links where people can try the Go payments one time. Once they actually get the payment done, we actually credit 2 to 3 Go coins, and we incentivize these users to download the app to use the rewards and the Go coins for deals. And also there are other things which we are seeing, which we have seen the feed, spaces, and polls to improve engagement. And then we have trivia quiz, where actually the Go users can take quizzes on personal finance or expense tracking and other stuff, where they can invite people and also win Go coins for their for winning the quiz and stuff like that. It will increase the MAUs and DAUs, also gamify the process. So there are other recommendations.
Sorry, you just have a minute to go. So just one.
Yeah. So in the gamifying thing, we have the super batches and stuff like that. Also tweaking the referrals to help group expenses, and also gamifying the levels of referrals, where we have 5 referrals, 10 referrals, 25 referrals, and at the each level we give Go coins as a reward to the users to invite more
friends. And then this is a prioritization. We see that GoCoins, Group Commerce, in-app apps, Trivia Quiz are the top picks that we would go with. And yeah, thank you so much.
Perfect. Thank you so much for being right on dot. If you could stop sharing your screen, we'll all be on the screen. And Sagar, Riyaz, over to you for questions.
Yeah, I have just one question. Great presentation, guys. So basically, on the idea of converting MAUs to DAUs by basically trying to drive engagement right through in-app community quizzes, etc. Do you think do you see any risk there of distracting new users who come into the app and are seeing a bunch of things which are not core to the utility of the app, or do you think that's an okay distraction to have?
So what I think is like expense is like a lifestyle. It's a part of lifestyle where people pay for new experiences. So as Godach venturing into different life experiences where you can invite people, you can have interactions with them, you can have social activity at the same time. This would drive the actually what happens is like I might know my friend Rachit offline, but actually we need something online on the app which actually brings them together, after which they can initiate the expense split. So we think actually these things, the polls and interactions and all of those things, will bring everyone on the same ground, after which actually the threshold to make an expense split gets very smooth and easy, and it reduces the friction.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Great, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so guys, great presentation. I just wanted to inquire more about GoCoins. I think I got a gist of it, what you're trying to do. So, how exactly, like on what actions do you think the GoCoins should be earned? Like, should it be a purchase event, like user is actually purchasing something through the app, or is it can be like, expense creation or core activity of the app? So, what do you think that can be?
I think Rachit can take this question, and if I will add it there.
So how we believe is like we can give GoCoins for users for each action they make. For example, if someone makes a group, we incentivize that. For example, they split expenses, incentivize that. The same thing we have for a reference program, we incentivize it everywhere. To add to this, if we add a community, for example, someone adds a guide on personal expenses which we plan. So what it does is it creates a habit adding content. We can reward users for adding content via or answering quizzes. So we incentivize each action via GoCoins.
Okay. So don't you think that
So one last thing.
Yeah, continue.
Yeah, one last thing is like in the deals part of it, what we have planned is like you can pay X amount of actually GoCoins, and you can pay X amount in the cash. So it actually eases out the thing, and it increases the use case. And also when you pay for a deal, you get an additional say 2 GoCoins for every 100 rupees you spend. It's very similar to the Flipkart coins, super coins, and stuff like that, which increases the actually the loyalty to the platform.
Builds habits for the users.
Yeah.
Great. Awesome. Yeah, I think that's it from my side. Thanks, guys.
Great. Balaji, Rachit, all the best. Thanks so much. I think beautiful presentation, like Sagar and Riyaz already mentioned. Fingers crossed. See you on the announcement side.
Okay, folks. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you.
We'll quickly invite Sahil. Let me just see if he's here. Sahil, I've invited you to the stage. If you could. Perfect. I think he's joined the stage. Sahil, if you could present your screen and switch on your video, that would be great. I think he's still. Yes, we can see you now. We can see your deck.
For the mishap earlier.
No. Totally understand that. No worries. Just a quick heads up. You were 6 minutes into your presentation. You have 2 minutes to go. So do prioritize, and then we leave 2 minutes for Q&A.
We have a total of 10 minutes.
8 plus 2. So 8 minutes for your presentation, 2 minutes for Q&A. You can take a minute.
Like that.
Yeah, it's like that. So you could take a minute extra on recapping. We'll give you a minute extra. So if you want to cover some point, and if you need an extra minute, unfortunately we can't give. I was going to say yes, but I need to be fair across the board. We'll give you a minute to just recap so that people can get a hang of your deck, and you'll get 2 minutes. So it's 6:31 right now. You have time to 6:34. Try covering the important slides. Okay. All the
So
best.
yeah,
Get up search now.
moving on to the solutions, we already talked about the Dutch AI assistant, and we realized during the user flow that those of the people who are brought forward by their friends, who also act as an app guru, are the ones who are the most sticky and enter as a networked user. So the approach here is to give everyone a friend. Even if a user is alone, Dacho can be a friend and show how a network transaction works. The next solution would be having a gamified ecosystem. We already have the GoDutch card and Udhari credits. Now the idea here is to lay down a gamification path to stimulate preferred outcomes. So for example, referrers can be given extra Udhari credits if they start a network transaction along with their friends while referring. So this is a problem which we had in the user flow early on, and this can be addressed simply with which can be addressed simply with this ecosystem. The next important solution is credit and payment integration. GoDutch target group is a credit-loving population with or without access to credit cards. The idea here is to form credit integrations with companies like Simple and Zest Money, who aim to disburse credits to millennials. Number two, we also can have payment options from credit cards, and this will incentivize professionals to take part just to get those stupid credit points and those credit card rewards. The next feature is smart groups. So while using the app, I noticed that I was having a tough time in creating the groups. So adding each member is not a viable option. We should have a share group link, which will make the group process smoother and will increase the overall exposure. Additional group features will also help in pulling extroverts and will focus more on group transactions. The next solution is targeted groupism. For example, if we know that student A and student B are both from the same college in Bangalore, and we also know that ACDC is performing on Sunday in Bangalore. So both of them can get a notification. Why not create a group and go to the event together? That is what targeted groupism is. The next solution is SweetNap. So what we notice during the user flow is that explorers might cut off during the waiting time unless they remain engaged on the app till they find a relevant split to make. So even if a user does not network, a non-networked user will still hop in daily to record his expenses, which will give rise to extremely sticky users, which are more sticky than the networked ones. So why are we ignoring this? Also during the personas, most of the users told that they won't protect their personal expenses. Coming to the prioritization matrix, this is actually based on the RISE framework, but I didn't want to bore you with the table. So the numbers are with respect to the rankings. Credit integration followed by gamification, SweetNap, Dacho, smart groups, and groupism. So these solutions are based on their simplicity. I don't want to junk the app with any of the solutions which would pull their focus from the main thing of the app, which is to split the payments, and that is why the solutions are simple and they are easy to execute. As far
Sahil, I'm so sorry, we're a minute over, but I think we get a fair idea of you were able to cover all your solution, and we have the priority grid here. So I'll just stop you here. You can continue sharing the slide, and in case in the question and answer, if you can plug in any of the rest of the slides, feel free to do. But Riaz and Sagar, over to you. I hope you were able to relate the first bit and last bit. Sorry for that. But in case you all have any questions, you'll want him to flip to the first few slides, feel free to ask him anything.
No, I think this was good. We remember the old one because we had gone through it earlier as well. A great presentation, Sahil. One quick question around the credit integration, right? Will this be a credit given to an individual on the app, or will it be group credit given to the entire group? And how did you think through that?
So first of all, I don't want Godash to go to the credit business. That's hell of a business. And so what I want is that want to have integration with those apps. For example, if you have used Flipkart and you are searching for a payment method, you can directly log into your Simple account or your Just Money account and let the credit be taken care by them. So this can actually be a monetization aspect as well later on. But I don't want to go into the credit business.
So, Sahil, I think I also have the question on the same aspect of the credit aspect. So, for example, even if we integrate Simple or any other, credit aggregator, so how exactly, people on Godash will use this credit? Like, would they use this credit to settle balances, or what exactly would be the use case?
The use case would exactly be to settle balances. When the user realizes he has settlements to be proceeded, he'll go to the payment options. Where you are seeing UPI currently, you will also have an option for Simple. You simply log in through your Simple account and pay via your Simple credit.
So, and don't you think
As easy as that.
can be, so like from that credit from a Simple account, would you be able to actually transfer money to your friend's bank account? Because then it would be like converting credit to cash.
So if we have a partnership of that sort, we can always convert the Simple cash into Udhari credit and then facilitate the payment. And I also think that if both of them have Simple accounts, something can be worked out. But I think this is a problem which can be worked out easily. If we are getting the credit, that's the main thing, and we can work this out.
Cool. Makes sense. Thanks, Sai. Great presentation.
Thanks.
Awesome.
Thank you,
Thanks,
guys.
Riyaz. Thanks, Sagar. Sahil, great presentation. All the best. The winner announcements will be very soon. See you on the other side.
Thank you.
Great. I think three really good presentations. Sagar, Riyaz, will give you 5 minutes. You could just mute yourselves and quickly call each other on WhatsApp to discuss. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll go off stage because I'll probably talk to the participant. So you could just keep your, you just stay on the session, but mute audio and video and come back whenever you're ready. You can come back. So for the rest, whoever joined us, does anyone want to come up on stage and discuss some points on how the presentations were? We have a smaller group right now. I think 52 of us were online. In case no one wants to come up on stage, we will invite our finalists to hear a little bit about how they went about building these solutions. So I will invite them one by one. Folks, as you receive the invite to the stage, please do come on. Or you could raise your hands and that would be easier for me. So I think Balaji, you're on. Rachit, I've invited you. Sahil, I've invited you. Charanika and Samarth. Samarth, I've invited you. Awesome. So, guys, how was your experience? We could go around the stage quickly for the benefit of the who are here right now. If you could walk us through the way you built it and a little bit more into your background. Specifically for Sahil, your background says you are into private equity, but your tech looked really good. So did you make it on your own first of all?
Yeah, I did make it on my own.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, the user guides, there were certain guides which are provided by the team. So if you have a look at that, that's pretty explanatory, and that was quite helpful.
Yeah.
Also, yeah.
What tool did you use to make the deck? I think someone asked that.
I was the one who asked that. I used Canva.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, do check out. It's theproductfolks.com/teardowns. All the three presentations will be up there, so you can refer to them. Plus, we already have the last 8 sessions, 8 decks on the website. Do check that out. Balaji, Samarth, for you all as well. What tool did you use to make the presentation?
I and Rachit used Figma, and we used Remo.bg to make JPEGs into PNG and stuff like that. It was very good.
Super.
We used Miro and we used flat icons and all for all the icon stuff. And yes, that was all.
3 different solutions. Do add it to the chat section. Might help the rest. Second one, were there any particular resources that helped you research these, right? So one is definitely Good Dutch. All of y'all have used the app a little bit, figured out solutions. But how do you go about figuring features? We'll go again round the table. So take very, very less time. Don't take 5 minutes because that's all we have. So 30 seconds on pinpointed, right? In case if it is for Go Dutch specifically, did you use some particular websites to get the data? Did you use like competitor apps? Apart from Go Dutch, what else did you do to research this way? Did you talk to friends? Did you do user research? Each of you all 30 seconds round the board. I think our judges are back faster than expected. But maybe Rachit and Trinika, in case you all want to jump in, feel free to. Let's start with Rachit, with you.
Yeah, so mainly we use two things. So one was Play Store reviews, and secondly we covered three major competitor apps. One was SettleUp, one was Splitwise, and one was Split. So we got a fair idea of what's happening behind the scenes. So like these are the two driving factors we had, me and Balaji.
Got it. Awesome. If you all could mention all the apps and the links that you've mentioned right now in the chat section, the others could follow. Rachit, thanks for that. Sahil, what did you use to research this bit?
So I did look at competing apps in the Play Store, and obviously Splitwise. I've been using that for a while. I also got a flavor of the Go Dutch app with the interface and how simple it was, and I focused on that and came up with solutions accordingly. Yeah, that was it.
Great, thanks. Samarth, Trinika?
Our main journey to go about the deck was user interviews. We focused on different personas. We interviewed people. That is how we like to go about it. And yes, using competitor apps, that also we did. But mainly user-oriented thing we did. Yes.
Great. How many users did you talk to for this particular presentation? Samarth?
Sorry, I didn't hear your question.
How many users did you talk to for this presentation?
We spoke to about 7 to 8 users, which not a lot, not a great number.
No,
but
it's a
yes.
good start. Honestly, you had less time for this, so at least that is very important. So I was trying to make these points. It'll help the others for the next presentation.
And yes, a lot of blogs on fintech too. Like what are the fears of people and all that thing also we did.
Beautiful. If you guys could share any links to the chat section, that would help, right? Competitor apps that you mentioned. What are the competitor apps? Even I'm curious, other than Splitwise, what you guys are referring to. I think Split is something someone mentioned, so that is also pretty interesting. And I have a couple of questions, but we'll reserve that for later. Judges are back, so let's get started to the part where you guys are more excited about. Just to tell everyone that definitely we try to keep this as competitive as possible, but the idea is for all of us to learn. And our judges, our partners for today, Go Dutch has been kind to help us incentivize this a little bit for you folks. I'll reserve that as a surprise. I thought I'll keep that as a surprise and I'll let Sagar himself share it. But Sagar, Riaz, over to you. We could start off with the product sparks, any that you all like, and we could give them a shout out and then go 3, 2, 1. So, or just the winner, however you want to announce it. And we could also mention to them that what the winners will be receiving. So, Riaz, Sagar, over to you.
Sagar, your mic is mute.
Hey, sorry. Thanks, guys. I think amazing presentations. It was really difficult for us. We had to go through some of the text twice, and the presentations that you guys gave obviously helped quite a bit. Very competitive bunch of folks, and good to see that at such a young age. I think all of you look pretty young. You guys are sort of.
2 out of 3 teams are still in college. Imagine.
Yeah, that's actually quite good. A lot of young folks, and good to see so much interest in product and in tech in general. So good stuff there. Shout out to like a few, other folks who weren't able to make it as finalists, but who were quite good. I think there was Sankalp Arpita. I think there was Kapali Garg, Gunavina Mehta. I think quite a few good, submissions who we couldn't select. I think Parikshit was very good as well. We couldn't select him, given we only had to choose 3 finalists. Vikash, Vipul also. But anyway, coming down to these 3 bunch of finalists, I think everyone did a great job. We're happy to announce the winners, and Like we said, the winners are basically based on the fact that who gave solutions which are most implementable and who gave the most number of relevant solutions which are aimed at solving the problem. Riaz, do you want to do the honors? Do you want to share the names of
Yeah,
the
sure.
winners?
Sure. So yeah, I guess as Sagar mentioned earlier, the criteria for selecting the winners. I think out of the three presentations, the presentation which fit the criteria most were of Padanga and Rachit. These guys shared great number of solutions first of all, and specific to the problem. And most of the solutions were definitely implementable, or something that you could look to add into the app. Obviously, Samar and Sahil also had really good, solutions. Really like the approach Sahil took for the problem identification. He created user personas as per the problem rather than for the app. So that was really great. Yeah, so I guess that's it. Really great presentations, guys, and congrats, Patanga and Rachit.
Oh wow!
Thank you.
Congrats, good. Is this the first time, or I know you participated before, but is this the first time you're winning?
Yeah, yeah. So I've been finalist for 3 times. This is my 4th time, and yeah.
No, thanks
This is
for
my
that
first time
consistency,
taking part.
honestly. No, good stuff, good stuff. I'm so glad finally making it to the. You were always on the podium, but finally making it to the top. Good effort. Like honestly, I've seen the slides from the beginning, so great to see the improvement. And that's also an encouragement for everyone else, right? That just keep. It's more about practice. Like winning and losing here isn't changing too much. Yes, definitely small incentives. Sagar might want to share, or we'll definitely announce it towards the end. But apart from that, I think bigger bit for most of y'all who are early in your careers is this will help you break into PM if you're looking, or if you're in a junior PM role somewhere, it'll help you advance into your careers, right? Here you're getting opportunities with YC companies, you're getting opportunities with Oyo, Dunzo, Grofers. So these are mostly opportunities that are in tier one opportunities. So that's something that a lot of people are looking for. So congrats again, Balaji and Sahil and Balaji and Rachit. Sorry, and all the best to the others as well. I think we'll definitely be pushing out the decks. Sagar, Riyaz, in case you all want to add something more before our participants go off stage and we continue.
Thanks for the efforts, everyone. Rachit and Pathange, you obviously win some of the goodies. We have headphone speakers for you, and we'll also invite you to interview with the team in case you're interested in roles with us. Once you graduate, I'm assuming you're students right now.
Yeah. Which year are you from?
I'm from my second year.
Oh, long way for you. Bhai, 2 years minimum. Balaji?
I'm from my 3rd year. Yeah.
Okay, maybe internships, Sagar, in case like whenever yeah, we'll figure something out for sure. I think it's going to be a great experience. Honestly, I think fintech is super hot right now. These guys have been working very, very fast. And in case internships is something you're looking for, I know Balaji and Rachit are definitely involved in a bunch of things, but should be a good opportunity and all the best. Prepare hard for your interviews. Wish you the best for that. And congrats once again.
Yeah. Thank you.
Awesome. So this covers the main bit. Folks, hope you enjoyed the Teardown series, and I definitely learned a little bit more about this space. Thanks to so much research and so many ideas that our participants came up with, and that is probably the incentive for me to keep running these every month. Different problem statements, different companies, different domains, and folks, you all spending so much time to actually put in the effort. But honestly, this will only help you improve your product thinking, and hope you enjoyed this as well. So do definitely drop in your feedback. We have another 10 minutes to go. I think Sagar, Riyaz, we had a couple of questions for you all on the chat section. If you have another 10 minutes, we could pick up a quick AMA. Sagar, I think we couldn't dig deeper into your journey so far. We could hear a little bit more about pre-post YC, and then a couple of questions that folks have here. We'll cover as many as we can in 10 minutes. And if anyone else has more questions, feel free to add it to the questions tab. This could be general, questions around product. I think Riyaz handles product at GoDutch. So if you have any questions around product in general, or fintech in general, or YC, if you have any questions there, please feel free to put it there. Let's get started. Sagar, in case you want to share how you guys met. So one first question is, how did you guys meet? How did the co-founder matching really happen? And what is the Go Dutch story so far? I'm sure there are ups and downs even in the limited time that you guys have been operating. Would definitely love to start with that.
Yeah. So we actually go a long way back. I know Riaz and Anirudh, my third co-founder, who's not here since my undergrad days at IIT Bombay. We were actually wingies. Like we were living in adjacent rooms back on campus. We were sharing a bunch of expenses all the time, and that's how we really related to this whole problem around group expenses. कौन पे करेगा ये time? Last time मैंने pay किया था, आज तू दे दे, those kind of things. And yeah, that's why the problem sort of appealed to us. And then once we graduated, a lot of us started living with each other as flatmates, and then we realized that the problem's only increasing. Right, there aren't enough good alternatives out there, and there deserves to be like a good solution around. Quick personal background. So I worked at Etikani after graduating from IIT Bombay, doing management consulting for a couple of years. Then I worked at a fund called Eight Roads Ventures, which was a private equity venture capital fund. We were mostly looking at Series B, Series C stage startups. So I was on the investing side. And then at that time, Anirudh and Riaz were starting to think about Go Dutch and sort of developing a beta and all of that. And that's when we decided to join in and started Go Dutch. Been about a couple of years now since that journey started. Obviously, we went through YC, then we raised like a seed funding round led by Matrix Partners and a bunch of other investors. So we raised 1.7 mil. And then last year, July is when we launched our the product that you see today on the App Store, Play Store. That one was launched last July. So been about 9 months now since that product's been live. We've reached, I think, nearly 5 lakh users now. We were 3 lakh 2 months ago. So sort of growing very rapidly. And post lockdown, hopefully, a lot of use cases will recover. So we plan to grow much more rapidly at that point.
100%. Actually, that was just going to be my second question. What has the impact of COVID-19 lockdown been for you all? But you mentioned like you added 2 lakh users in 2 months, right? That's almost doubling your user base. What are some growth hacks or network effects that is working for you, if you can share?
Yeah, so I think Anirudh would have been the best person to address that. He's the co-founder who looks at growth, but a bunch of things, right? So we have like a campus ambassador program for college students. We have a referral program where we have these Uthari credits which we give, which is sort of a organic loop within the app itself. We obviously do some digital marketing around Google, Facebook, all of that. We have our organic social media channel which we run with a bunch of really talented folks. There's a lot of inbuilt virality also built into the product. So basically, if I create a group or an expense with someone, then an SMS goes to them saying, Sagar created a group called Goa with you. Why don't you join him on this app? So those kind of things. So a bunch of those initiatives, yeah.
Great. Was adoption a challenge initially, given that maybe there was Splitwise, which was popular, or do you think once people downloaded this, adoption was okay because you had like the network effect?
Yeah. So I think the fact that people could settle with each other via UPI through the app itself, that was a major differentiator for us. Splitwise doesn't allow you to do that, and that's why a lot of people came to us. But obviously, there was some inertia, right, to move from one app to the another, and that's why we built the whole import from Splitwise kind of feature, which helped people make that transition more seamlessly. And yeah, other than Splitwise users, we also have a bunch of users who've not been exposed to these apps before, right? And those are also a huge target for us.
Great. And what are some channels that are working for you? Is this completely organic, or maybe Instagram's giving you a good CAC? I'm not sure. What would you
It's a mix. So, like I said, Campus Ambassador Program. We do paid advertisements as well, Google, Facebook. So that as well. Organic is also big for us. I think everything's contributing. Plus, we've not figured out what the baseline is because our entire journey has been in COVID. So we don't know what it actually would look like, once COVID ends.
What the real, you don't have that benchmark to compare with internally. That is not present, but get it. I'll pick up a couple of questions given that just 5 minutes. I think Laksha asked something that a lot of folks ask in the fintech space, right? It's around the monetization. Do you have some channels that you are already monetizing, or are you looking at ads, or what is your channels that you're looking to explore?
Can you hear me?
Now we can.
So we are exploring a bunch of ideas, a lot of which were interestingly covered in the decks, which is why we really liked some of the finalists as well. So group commerce is something we've been thinking about. Credit is something we've been thinking about. Those are the two we are most bullish on. We don't think doing a subscription based thing like a premium feature thing is the way to go for India. Something that Splitwise does that probably works very well for the Western market. It probably doesn't work as well for the Indian market. So we are exploring alternatives around group commerce, credit, etc.
Group commerce should be really interesting, right? Given the Pinduoduo, I think a couple of them have tried it in India, but I don't think anyone made it big. So that could be interesting.
Definitely.
What does your audience demographic really look like? Is it urban plus millennials, or how would you categorize it? Your majority audience right now?
Yeah, it's mostly top 25 cities would contribute to like 80%, and mostly young folks, right? 18 to 28 kind of age, 18 to 30.
Perfect. Next question is: are you guys looking at stuff like image recognition? Given that you can pull in a lot of data from WhatsApp, from email, bill captures, etc. Is that something you all are looking at today, or not really? You'll have different channels built in.
Riyaz, you want to pick
Maybe
that up?
yeah.
I guess I already answered that. Yeah, I think I already answered that. So basically, we use image recognition for the import from Splitwise feature as well. And yeah, that was a really good way to import groups from WhatsApp. The only issue is that we need a mobile number of the user as a unique identifier to actually add them. So what we do in like import feature is that we kind of do a name match in the contact list, and we suggest that these are the mobile number of the user, and if it doesn't match, then the user can change it. But yeah, we can do that sort of stuff. Those services are right now already pre-built by AWS, sort of like other tech giants like Juno, and you can use those image recognition OCR softwares. Yeah.
Got it. Last question that I see here. Okay, I see one more now. It's around your it's around the auto debit feature, and I think something around credit as well. So do banks allow auto debit from debit cards, or is this a barrier today while you're trying to push the adoption for the GoDutch card, or not really? UPI is something that is working pretty well for you.
So auto debit used to work for all credit cards, and for debit cards, I think 4 banks supported it.
Okay.
I think Kotak, ICICI, Citi, and one more. And I mean, the UPI use case, which is basically post-expense settlement, works well for us. This obviously has friction because not everyone in our TG has access to credit cards or debit cards from these 4 banks, which is why we were also waiting for UPI auto pay for basically variable amount, variable date kind of use cases. So once maybe that's in, we'll probably resume with the bonus card feature.
Makes sense.
Okay, so we have to head out because we have a 7 p.m. But this has been amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
No, absolutely. I think I was going to take one last question, but I realized time's up. Folks, if you all have any more questions, do definitely reach out to Sagar and Riyaz. What would be the best way to reach out to you folks?
You can definitely write to us on our email IDs. Our email IDs are first name at godutchpay.in, Sagar at godutchpay.in, Riyaz at godutchpay.in.
Sounds great. Thank you so much, Sagar, Riyaz, for supporting this initiative. I think the community really appreciates it. The time that you spent with us today and over the last 1 month. It was a very interesting problem statement. I won't hold you up for too long, so just saying thanks once again for supporting us. And hopefully you found some interesting solutions and maybe some interesting candidates who can work with you. But all the best with everything that's coming. And if there's anything TPF as a community can do to support you, we're always around. So thanks once again.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Algar. Thanks, everyone. And to everyone who joined us today.
Thanks, man.
Yes, thanks so much. To everyone else who joined us today, hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something from this session. If you have any feedback, you can write to us. We're very active on our Twitter handles, on our Slack channel. Do join in, do join the conversations. If there is anything I could do personally to help you, I'm at Motwani Suhas on the Product Folks, or you can write directly on the Product Folks handle. I'll be sure to make sure that you get the help that you want. If there's anything else, do definitely reach out, especially on feedback for this particular session and the Teardown series. I know a couple of folks that who've been coming month on month on this. So hope you are enjoying, hope you are learning as well. Hope this is helping you in your product journey. Yes, with that, do definitely take care. Hope you have a great weekend ahead. See you again next month. I think we have an interesting company lined up. We aren't doing too many of our product folk events. We've cut down 80% of it given the current coronavirus situation. But I think our monthly event, this learning session, is one that we will keep on. So yes, with that, dropping off for tonight. Thank you once again for joining us. See you again next month.